I have to do this. I found out today I have to do this before recording now, due to the fact that this microphone, as expensive as it fucking is, just likes to go off. I can stop now, but it just likes to go off and not work. So I'll be setting up shit, and then all of a sudden it'll just turn off, so I have to restart everything. So to prevent that, there needs to be activity happening, whether that be audio coming in to the mic in this little headphone thing, or activity going in the input. So I figured out if I just tap, then that's input, constant input, and it stays on, and it's worked so far. So I mean, we'll see if that continues and becomes part of the system. Who knows? Okay, so today's the day I can finally do something on camera, which I've been planning on doing for years, maybe 3 or 4 years at this point. I keep promising to do it and then things getting away, and I just never managed to actually do it. But I'm finally in a point in my life where I can just get it over with and get it over and done with, and stop having this thing in my head just eating at me, telling me that I had to do it because I promised to do it. Okay, this is harder than how you meant it. Oh my god, don't fucking tell me. Ah! Fuck, that's... Shit, I smell some fire. Shit. I need to open my window now. Shit. Hold on. Oh god, that wasn't worth the gag. Fuck. Okay, so initially I was... Hold on. Initially the biggest worry of that gag was that I'd have to hoover tons of shit up. I mean, that's kind of all I've got, which I just throw straight in the bin. I forgot that it smells of fire. Think we're good? It doesn't smell of it anymore. Kind of scared now that I'm gonna get a bit wet during the recording, and not like I usually do. Okay, so yeah, the days is going up. Hopefully, if I can get out of bed and fucking do shit with my life, should be my 20th birthday, which is fucked. Super, no thank you. I wasn't doing this during my 19th, I don't think. I was like during the time I was off and discovering myself, but I'm back now, and now 2 decades old, which is don't like that number. I don't know why, but for some reason 18 feels like an age where you're like, oh god, I'm an adult and there's always expectations now. But then 19 feels younger. I don't know what that logic is to me. The entire time I was 19, it didn't really feel any different to 18. If anything, the year number felt younger. But now I'm 20, and I'm living on my own at university, as you can see, where I almost set the fire alarm off for a 2-second gag that cost me £2. So as you can tell, I am more responsible than I used to be. By the way, does anyone want like a bag of like 19? But yeah, it's another year. I don't really care much about it this year because I'm away from everyone I know. That sounds super depressing. I'm good, I'm doing well, I'm happy, but like obviously, you know, for the last 19 birthdays I've been in my home and with my family and people I know, and obviously I know people here, but it's different. Now, I've only been at uni for a little over a month by the time it comes to 25th, so I haven't really obviously gauged any of those connections which you would have done over 19 years, so it's a bit different. I don't really care this year. It's more so just like, oh, I'm gonna get a little bit of money and I can buy some things I wouldn't usually buy on my student loan budget, so that's nice. Mario and Rabbids Gold Edition, anybody? Next year is obviously like the bigger number because it's like the year that you're a proper adult, like all over the world. My logic behind that is that in America you can drink, and then that's like the final barrier. Even though I think there are some things that are like 23 plus nowadays. Am I wrong with that? Am I just making that up? Am I having a moment? But yeah, as you can see, I've still got my own little area. You're seeing slowly more of it the more time goes by. I do really enjoy it, having my own bit. As you can see, I've obviously started making videos again, being relatively consistent, which I'll get into in a second. So far, the only video filmed here that has gone up has been the moving forward video, which is the first video filmed here, which might look like I haven't been making videos, which I have, just not entirely. That sounds really bad. The last 2 videos have been stuff that have been filmed at home, one of which was filmed a year ago, but the other one was filmed after the initial like I'm going to come back video. So it is, you know, it's not to me just been like, oh, I'll upload the shit that I've got left in my files which are finished and edited and then go from there. I have been doing stuff, I have been creating again, and I have been enjoying it. I've tried to set a schedule again for me, which I haven't done in years. I don't think I've had an upload schedule at all since 2018, maybe 19, I think 18, which is like almost half a decade ago, which is half the time I've been doing this. Have I been inconsistent for that long? What I've kind of got at the moment is a schedule which is more so just like aiming for this, but if I can't get a second channel upload up, or if I need a little bit more time, I will allow that to myself. But I'm not just gonna completely free reign it, just be like, okay, whenever the fuck a video's done, it's up, because that will cause me to do shit like I used to do, where it's like, okay, 3 videos in a week and now nothing for a month, and then it's fine to do that, but I think it's able to get a bit of that professionalism feel back from when I was younger. I do want to kind of feel consistent. It is annoying because slightly because at the moment I've got like 2 things finished and scheduled. Once I've finished them and I'm proud of them, I just want them to be up and out. I just want to release them, but I need to force myself to wait a week and not fuck everything up. But I know that if I do that, then I'll suddenly not have time to make anything, and it will feel like, again, a month of nothing. So I need to get back into the brain of allowing myself to just let shit happen. Schedule of which, by the way, which I haven't even said yet, is a video a week, one the main, one the second. The second doesn't really matter as much, like I will allow myself to miss uploads to that. But the main is obviously the one that takes time. And it's going well at the moment. I think every 2 weeks obviously is less often than I would like, but I think weekly isn't realistic for me, at least at this point, you know, getting back into it and getting used to how uni life works. Every 2 weeks is going well at the moment. I have, obviously this is fucking up a little bit because it's a few days after the last video instead of 2 weeks, but can't help the day that my brother pushed me out. So I think it's going well. I said I would love to upload more, but I just can't. I just can't create that quick. Like, there will be times where I will be good with it and I'll be quick and I'll have like 2 videos done and I'll be sorted for the month. There'll also be other times where it will take me a while to create something longer and I'll need that month to get the video to the point I need it at, which is why I'm doing it the way I am, and is why I've set it up the way I have. Like I said, I'm happy with it so far. Wish I could upload a bit more, but I'm a human. I've got essays and shit now. Time is interesting, man. Time is weird because it can go really quick and really slow at the same time. Like from 18 to the 19th birthday, there wasn't that much difference. I believe we were like scared of lockdown for both. But now, like even just between this year and half a year ago, so much shit has changed, like I've already said. To the point, you know, where I'm now in my own space. I have to do my own food shopping. I have to hoover up party poppers, which I pop on the floor for fun. Between this and my last YouTube birthday, which is my 18th, done a few interesting things. I went to the first concert I've ever been to in my life, because no, I'm not counting seeing Steps at Newmarket when I was super young. Now I can say that my first concert was KSI.
Hey, yo, Lawrence, what the fuck is up, man?
Surprisingly really good. Surprisingly really good. I wanted to go and my friends didn't really want to. Well, one of them did, one of them didn't. But we all ended up enjoying it. So, you know, just trust me sometimes. Since then I've also seen The Midnight and Mark Rebier live, both of which are super fucking good. Both of which really different concept, but both of which, if you could see, I would. You probably know who Mark Rebier is. He's fucking nuts.
You're getting me chuffed! You are getting me chuffed!
She runs like a caveman.
But he does it well. Obviously I did my level 4 college course, which I've completely finished now. I fucking hated. It wasn't pointless. It gave me another year to figure stuff out, and I ended up figuring out that I wanted to come here, I didn't want to the year before, and if I did that year, then it would have been COVID-y and it would have been all fucking shit, probably. Sorry, by the way, if you went to uni last year, I feel like I'm insulting you. Much as the course was super stressful and wasn't what they advertised to us and had awful arrangements with our teachers and stuff like that, it wasn't all bad because I ended up meeting my girlfriend, who I'm super fucking glad I have. She's the best, and it's you know, very glad I have her. I don't know why I'd be if I didn't. Some people might notice this if they've been watching me consistently. I don't know what my voices are either. I realised at some point, I think the beginning of the summer this year, that I weighed a lot. I've never been a healthy person. I you probably tell by the backgrounds of my videos back in 2017 onwards. But there would always be a can of Pepsi Max in the background, if not some food, which wasn't ever healthy food. I would just drink Pepsi Max basically only for years, which I slowly stopped and just drank it 1 can a day, 2 cans a day, which still isn't good, but it's much better than it was. I've been happy with how I looked in terms of my body and stuff, but I liked food, so I was like, what one do I want to do? I got to a point this year, where I actually weighed myself again, and I was a pound away from 11 stone, I think, and I was like, that's pretty heavy, but it's the same as I was last year during lockdown. I just haven't done anything to you know, eat better since lockdown, so that's why. And then I found my Fitbit, and which you probably remember from the Markiplier 100k stats video. I put that on, and that there was a time in lockdown where I got really bored, like everyone did, and I was trying to lose weight in the house, and then I had all my weight and shit on that, and I was actually a pound away from 10 stone, I think, in that. So I had somehow gained a stone between the point of my life where I could not leave the house to the point where I was living normally again. I can see how, because I would wake up and just have a family bag of Doritos and shit, and not really eat fruit, and the way I eat dinner isn't the healthiest because I'm not very good with food. I eat like a 7-year-old. That was my point where I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna sort that as soon as I can, which I started to do. As soon as I finished that fucking hellish college course, so I finally had time, I started going to the gym nearby, and I tried to eat healthier, and I tried to give myself time to improve, because during the lockdown thing, I would be not eating as much shit and not enjoying it, and then I'd look on the scales one day and I would have gone up a pound, and it would just demotivate me to shit, and I'd be like, okay, fuck this, I missed Pringles, and I'll just stop. This one, I knew it would be long, and I knew if I went to the gym it would help, it would be slow, and I've now lost about a stone since the beginning of the summer, so I'm happy with that. Not at a point where I'm super happy with it yet, I still want to keep going, but I'm very glad I'm not where I was now. Looking back at the videos, there were some times where, yeah, my face was very fat, and I think overall I do look better than I did then. I'm not saying I now eat purely vegetables or spend 4 hours in the gym, but I am trying to be healthier and look after myself a bit more, have fruit more often and not eat shit all the time. I'm trying quite hard at the moment, so then once I get to a point I'm kind of more healthier, I can kind of take the foot off a little bit and start to enjoy myself a bit more for Christmas. Not fully, because I know that's the way I'll just completely relapse. But yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I go to the gym as much as I can, because there's one on campus which is for some reason free in my accommodation, which I didn't realise until I got here, which I'm happy with, because that saved me 20 quid a year. So yeah, in terms of where I am right now as a freshly 20-year-old man, I don't like being called a man, fuck. I'm happier. I had to think about that one. I also got my tattoos, which I've never actually spoken about. Where the fuck? This is my arm. There it is. Never actually spoken about in a video. Yeah, I will at some point. This was during the time where I was I'm gonna make videos still, and I was recording shit for videos, and then just never ended up doing anything with them. I have a couple videos like that. I have a Halloween-ish video, which actually I probably should try and get done before Halloween. What's the date now? Don't have time. Yeah, I'm looking to get more. I want to get one, I think, here, maybe, of Millie's paw. I don't want just a paw. My sister had this thing where like they put her like paws in like plasticine, I guess, and so we have this like mold of her paws. She's got in like a frame. So I've taken a picture of that, and I want to maybe draw around that paw print and put it in Photoshop and then print that out to maybe tattoo on me. So it's actually her paw and not just a clip art. I wanted to have that maybe on my chest, but I don't think I have the body for chest tattoos. I think maybe putting it here would work. I want a lot of tattoos. I want a lot more, but I just can't think of ideas yet. So I need to calm and wait until I have ideas. I think like maybe getting a Pokemon one, maybe this side on the same bit or somewhere on my arm, of the unknown, the W unknown, which I wish the W unknown looked better than it did, but it doesn't. But you know, that's my name. Obviously Pokemon was a massive thing to me when I was a kid, and even though I don't play it a massive amount nowadays, I'd still love it and I still appreciate it, if that makes sense. Doesn't make me sound stupid. I'm the kind of person who, if someone says to me, hey, what are your interests, and I'm not confident enough to tell them I do YouTube, I draw a blank. This is like rap music and stuff, but I don't really want to put anything to do with a person on me because people tend to get me too'd, so that's not a thing I want. Also, I've just looked and I've been filming for 25 minutes, for fuck's sake. I was meant to be filming this for 10. But yeah, the end thing of this video, I'm 20 now. I end up using it more just as an update of shit. But you know, like I said, I wanted to do this a bit more often anyway, and any excuse to do it, I guess, is good. I want to try and have them less edited, but I know that I'm really bad at stopping myself from doing the high editing shit which I'm used to. But stuff like this, I think, needs to be lowly edited to kind of fit the theme, the concept I want, and also just to be able to work on better content which other people actually care about and will find. So yeah, 2-0. I'm still excited for the future of this. I still have plans, and I'm liking how it's all going at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot of shit going on in my personal life as well with uni and things. I'm doing a mentor thing now to find like media jobs, so that could be interesting. Who knows where I'll be at age 21? Maybe drunk in America, because I'll be allowed to be. Yes, 2 decades of me being able to function outside of a womb. I'm really poetic with words, and I'm going to leave you with that, and I can tell that this eye contact and that image in your head is really fun. Maybe I should have stayed gone. I'm gonna take this lighting down now because I set it up like 2 hours ago and ended up falling asleep. So yeah. Bye.